Morning, cool world. It's Brandon, and starting this Friday flow with reading from the Legacy Life, Day 23. I'm a steward. So it's required of stewards that they be found faithful. The Legacy Life starts with these understandings. God is the owner of everything. There's nothing that I have that did not come from Him. So with that, a few fundamental questions arise. Who am I? What is my role? What am I supposed to do with what I've been given? I'm a steward. I'm a steward of what God has put in my hand. The word stewardship has taken on some strange meanings. It's gotten associated with capital campaigns. It's gotten associated with giving. It's gotten associated with estate planning, but the definition is so much simpler. If we go all the way back to the Garden of Eden when God created Adam, we get a picture of His word. To lay the groundwork, Adam didn't ask to be born. God was the creator. He made everything, including the garden, and He placed Adam right in the center of the garden. He trusted Adam to take care of the place and gave him a simple mandate to be fruitful and multiply. Make the garden more beautiful and make it creative. That's the essence of stewardship. It's a relationship of trust. God trusts us. He entrusts resources to our hands. And with that trust, He expects us to use those resources for His benefit, to make the world more beautiful and more creative, to draw more attention to Him and His goodness. I remember the story I heard some time ago of a family who was seeking God. They'd reached a point in their lives where they'd worked hard and they sensed that God was asking something of them, but they were confused. Was it to go to the mission field? Was it to give more? Was it to serve more? As they prayed, they asked for the Lord to speak. His message came in the form of a question. What have I put in your hand? What a great question. What has God put in your hand? What resources, what talents, abilities, time, people? Use them for His sake. Use them for His glory. Seek to multiply and make the garden around you more beautiful and more creative. That's the role of a steward. Oh Lord, thank You for gently loving me. You asked a simple question. What's in my hand? Help me to be honest, to honestly evaluate that question and to use all that You've put in my hand for Your kingdom's sake. So interesting enough, as I read that message, I was also reading the book Think and Grow Rich, and I just opened it randomly in the middle of the book. I do that sometimes just to kind of see what I'm supposed to read. And the book's on imagination. So as the message that we just read talked about what skills and abilities has He given us, and He also talks about imagination. And imagination and the ability to be creative is what I believe the tool or the skill or the ability that God has given us to create. And my boy Bernard's little brother Sham Black, he's tapping into that imagination on a very high level right now with what he's creating. So I've been sharing some of his music. Highly recommend check out Sham Black when you get some time. Very proud of you. You're definitely following in your brother's footsteps. And Bernard, my buddy who's looking down on us right now, was the master of tapping into that creative imagination, and that is another muscle. So you have to take time to think, to pray, to meditate, to spend time and try to find out what God is trying to use you for. So what skills and talents has He given you? And for myself, it's to inspire other people. It's to live a legacy life and really think of how I'm impacting my children, the kids that I coach, the agents that I have a stewardship for, that have trusted me, that have joined my organization to help them live lives. And we talked a lot about making a decision. So I'm going to read really quickly from Think and Grow Rich, and the spot that I opened it to. Let's see if I can flip it around for you. We'll just come down into this part right here, but observe the important fact. He got the money within 36 hours after he reached a definite decision in his own mind to get it and decided upon a definite plan for getting it. So what's key about this is this guy had this idea. If he had $1 million, what would he do with it, right? And he wanted to start a college, and he had specific ideas about what he would do. Well, he's been toying with this idea for a few years, and you may have something similar that's been going on in your mind, but it's not until you make that definite decision, you're definitive, and you make the decision that, okay, it's going to happen now. So within 36 hours of when biologically, whatever happens chemistry-wise, within his body and his brain that he says, I'm going to get it, within 36 hours, he made that definite decision, and then all of a sudden, he gets the $1 million that he's looking for. So he says there's nothing new or unique about Gonzalez's vague thinking about $1 million and weakly hoping for it. So you may be weakly hoping or wishing for something, but you're not definitive. Others before him, and many since his time, have had similar thoughts. But there was something very unique and different about the decision he reached on that memorable Saturday when he put vagueness into the background and definitely said, I will get that money within a week. So you have to give it a specific time frame. God seems to throw himself on the side of the man who knows exactly what he wants if he is determined to get just that. Moreover, the principle through which Dr. Gonzalez got his $1 million is still alive. It's available to you. This universal law is as workable today as it was when the young preacher made use of it so successfully. This book describes step by step the 13 elements of this great law and suggests how they may be put to use. Observe that Asa Candler Sam, stop, my dog's barking, and Dr. Frank Gunslaw had that characteristic. Sam, come on. Got airplanes going over, got dogs trying to interrupt. I'm trying to get you guys all this message right now. Common both knew the astounding truth that truths can be transmuted into cash through the power of definite purpose plus definite plans. If you are one of those who believe that hard work and honesty alone will bring riches, perish the thought. It is not true. Riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Riches come, if they come at all, in the response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles and not by chance or luck. Generally speaking, an idea is an impulse of thought that impels action by an appeal to the imagination. All master salesmen know that ideas can be sold where merchandise cannot. Ordinary salesmen do not know this. This is why they are ordinary. So then it skips down a little bit more, and I got a few more things underlined, so I'm going to read this real quick. As simple as it may seem, it was an idea, it was imagination. There's no standard price on ideas. The creator of ideas makes his own price, and if he is smart, gets it. The moving picture industry created a whole flock of millionaires. Most of them were men who couldn't create ideas, but they had the imagination to recognize ideas when they saw them. So then it goes further down and just basically says, I'll just wrap it up with that. There's quite a bit more. This is Think and Grow Rich, the Mastermind volume. If you haven't heard of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, I was citing Bob Proctor in class the other day. And again, talking about making a definite decision. So sometimes bad things have to happen in your life, or you may feel like your back's against the wall and you're praying and just hoping for answers, right? And that's a tough spot to get to. But when you do experience that moment, Napoleon Hill talks about something called the other self. And the other self that's discovered in that moment, embrace it and understand this other self is unstoppable. So sometimes it takes really bad things happening for you to realize and pull out that other self and find whatever that greatness is inside you that you're supposed to accomplish. And God's going to put these trials and these situations in front of you to build you. There isn't anything that you can't handle. So you have to keep that. You also have to give yourself grace. And the final thing that I want to close with, I was thinking about something, one of the comments that Bernard made with me after we lost another close friend when we were all about 26, John Ross McElroy. This is my little bro in the fraternity house. Not too long after he passed, Bernard calls me up, and him and I hadn't been talking for a moment over a few things, young 19, 20-year-old stuff. So anyways, Bernard calls me up and he said, hey man, we had a lot more good times than bad times. And that always stuck with me. And I think as you're going through life, if you're like me, and sometimes you can hold on to some of those negatives or make those negative situations a bigger deal than they need to be, have some grace, let go of it, put it in perspective, and remember, especially if you had a lot more good times than bad times with that particular person, you got to forgive them. You gotta get past whatever happened and whatever hurt feelings happened, and people are just in bad spots, and just realize life's too short. And what I'm grateful for is that happened when we were 26. I had a good almost 20 years with my best friend, that we created memories. We got to share laughs and good times together. And just really, he was able to continue inspiring me and vice versa for that period of time, and help get us both to where we needed to be. So thank you, Bernard, for that. Remember, there's a lot more good times than bad times. Focus on the good, focus on the small wins. If you're in a tough spot, keep the faith, keep the hope, read some good things, listen to some good things. I hope this has touched somebody out there, and wishing you all a blessed Friday, happy weekend, be productive. There are no weekends, as Bernard would say. Let's keep going, keep growing. Peace.